Mutual value is a fantastic way to establish bigger, better commercial relationships. But one of the questions that arise is what changes when we move towards doing deals? Because we still need to do deals, conduct transactions, deliver projects. That's where the money changes hands. And that's what this video is about. It's based on a model that we developed called What Changes, and there's an article on our website about this. But we're going to look at some of the things, the experience that changes at every stage in a traditional move towards doing a deal and then delivering a project. So Kevin, do you want to just kick off there? Highlight some of the things that change in that first part of that model.
Well, the first thing that changes is the environment you're operating in. So we're now operating with the client towards a mutually agreed ambition. And what that means is that the relationship in every stage changes. So let's take, for example, the business qualification stage, where traditionally we'd be working out, do we want to bid or not? And we'd be trying to understand how much budget have they got and this kind of issue. Well, now we won't be doing that. We'll be sitting down with the client, understanding their issues, what they're trying to achieve, talking about what capabilities they have, what capabilities we have, coming up with a shared understanding of the business value and what it's going to take to achieve it, and then coming up with a decision which we'll come to collaboratively is, do we have the right fit? And frankly, we'd be the first to say if we don't feel we have the right fit, and then we would help the client look for alternatives. That's the first thing. Then the second other idea, procurement. Procurement needs to get involved in these things. But typically that's been a very us and them behavior. And what we'll do now is we'll understand the value procurement brings, and we'll look at how we can help them achieve their ambitions in this transaction, but doing it in a way which also meets the overall ambition of the relationship.
And that is at the heart of everything we talk about in mutual value, which is ending this buyer versus seller mentality to the benefit of both parties. The result of this process is that collectively you're more likely to be more ambitious in what you're seeking to achieve in the deal and what you're going to do together than you would be in a more transactional mindset. That's why it serves both parties. But then we get to the point in which the deal is done. We've agreed that we're the right fit. We've done a commercial deal. We're now in delivery mode. This is just as relevant there, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. Whereas in the old model, you'd be looking at how do I recover margin? How do I protect margin? Or if I'm bought the service, how do I make sure I get the quality and the deliverables that I set out to get at the lowest price? And that's because of the old us and them transactional approach. We've created this environment of understanding what the overall ambition of the relationship is. Now anything that goes on in the transaction will about how do we best achieve that transaction together. And if there's a change, how do we deal with a change? Change becomes an opportunity, not a barrier. If there's a problem, and let's face it, I've never been on a major project where something didn't occur. Well, previously that was a matter of great stress. Here it will be a matter of opportunity, innovation, creativity, where we try to move this thing forward collectively.
The critical idea here, in our view, is that each transaction is seen as a microcosm of the relationship, which is where the focus is. If we've established a mutual value relationship agreement, we know exactly how we intend to behave within each transaction. We also then propose a mutual value transaction agreement to reflect the relationship agreement but apply it to the particular deal that's done, the particular project that's underway. And we also understand collectively that in this fast-changing, fast-evolving world, we're both in a situation where we're thinking longer term because things are going to change over time. No deal is going to solve the problem. It's only taking us to the next stage of the journey. Therefore, if we're both focused in that way on the longer horizon, that changes the experience of the delivery.
So the thing we started off with was talking about what changes, and we've given you a couple of examples of hopefully things that we see changing, but actually be very interested to get experience and discussion going with you about all the things that change. Do please look at the paper that Stuart talked about, and we'll look forward to a discussion later.